The Acer Nitro series has been around for a few years at this point, with the first iteration of the series of gaming laptops being released in 2019, and these laptops have come a long way since then. Today, we'll be taking a look at the latest Acer Nitro V, which comes with an Intel Core i7 13th Gen CPU and the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4050 GPU. So without any further ado, let's get started. The Acer Nitro V is a mid-range gaming laptop which currently comes in at a price tag of $850, and by the end of this video, you will get to know if it is worth its price tag. The build of the laptop is as expected for the price. It is an all-plastic build which is prone to some flex on both the keyboard deck and the lid when pressure is applied. The plastic build also reduces the overall weight of the laptop, making it come in at around 2.1 kilos, and it measures in at about 1 inch thick. It's not that much of a negative considering the fact that it is a gaming laptop, and on the other hand, the design itself is slick and colorful. There are no visible RGB lights on the body, except for the RGB light on the keyboard, and even though it is familiar, it's also gotten rid of some of those edgy design choices that were made on previous Nitro laptops, and this time it is a much more simple approach that doesn't look that odd if you use it outside. Overall, it's portable enough for a gaming laptop and also looks good. The port selection of the laptop includes 3 USB Type-A USB 3.0 ports, a Thunderbolt 4 port, an HDMI 2.1 port, an Ethernet port, a Kensington security lock, a headphone microphone combo jack and power in. The ports are fairly well distributed, but some of the ports could have been placed further back to make using them easier. The laptop also supports Wi-Fi 6, which ensures fast internet speeds, and has a passable 720p webcam that is enough for regular video calls or work conferences. The keyboard and trackpad here are quite decent. The laptop has a full-sized backlit chiclet keyboard with a numpad, but to accommodate the numpad, the arrow keys are made smaller. The keyboard only has single color backlighting, and the keys provide a satisfying amount of travel, but the tactile feedback is a bit less, making the keys feel a little mushy. The trackpad stands out the most, with it having an inbuilt fingerprint sensor on the top left corner. The trackpad's precision and smoothness are reasonably good as compared to its price. The multi-touch and the feel of the clicks on the trackpad are good, and it is more than enough for an average user. In terms of sound, the laptop has a set of dual stereo speakers which are down-firing and are actually quite good. They are located at the bottom corner of the laptop and are decently loud, but they do lack some needed bass, but still, it is a good set of stereo speakers for a laptop. The display of the laptop is kind of a letdown as compared to its other components, but is again more than usable. The laptop has a 15.6-inch Full HD 144Hz IPS panel with thick bezels all around, especially at the bottom for a 2024 gaming laptop, where most of the other competitors have smaller bezels. During testing, the display got a peak brightness of 280 nits, which is alright for indoor use, but not enough for outdoor use, so the brightness is most of the times not an issue. The display's color coverage is not high, with around 65% of sRGB coverage, 50% of DCI-P3 coverage, and around 50% of Adobe RGB coverage. With the naked eye, the colors and contrast are both good enough to where you don't lose anything major, but when you compare it against a good display, you can see the difference clearly. The 144Hz refresh rate is also a plus point on gaming laptops, and it just makes using the laptop so much smoother. Overall, the Acer Nitro V has a display that is good enough for gaming and consuming content, but not ideal for editing. The performance of the laptop is its main selling point, and it is great. The specs of the laptop include an Intel Core i7 13620H CPU, 16GB of DDR5 RAM, a 512GB Gen 4 SSD, and the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4050 GPU. This is a good list of specs for the price of $850, since you get an i7 which helps in editing scenarios. The RAM is good, but the 512GB SSD, even though fast, is not really enough for games and software and would require an upgrade soon. The RTX 4050 is a good starter GPU for the price and is still easily able to get 60 plus FPS on modern games even when the settings are cranked up. Some of the esports titles like Valorant, CS2 and Fortnite run impressively well at those high frame rates that make good use of the 144Hz display, and overall, it's a good gaming experience here. So at $850, there's not much more you can ask for, and it really does run games and apps quite well. The thermals of the laptop are good. The laptop's chassis remains nice and cool even during gaming, where the temperatures remain below 50 degrees Celsius, and when the laptop is idle, the temperature remains at a steady 25 to 30 degrees. During the stress test, the CPU and GPU temperatures rose up to about 70 degrees and stayed there for the whole test. The fans also got loud, and the noise produced by the fans measured at around 50 decibels in balanced mode, which might be a bit bothersome for some buyers. Overall, the thermals are good enough to where you won't get thermal throttling or any other major issues. The battery life is some of the best in the competition, even though the battery's capacity is far lower than the competition at 57 watt hours. During the battery test, we put the laptop at half brightness and looped a video, and the laptop lasted for about 9 hours, which is much better than the competition like the Lenovo Legion 5i Gen 8 and many other gaming laptops as well, so it's a major plus point for it. So the final verdict for the Acer Nitro V is that at this mid-range price, this is a good well-rounded option amongst some heavy competition. This gaming laptop stands out due to its battery life and good overall performance, and only lags slightly when it comes to its display. If you can find this laptop at this price or a bit lower during maybe a sale, it's one of the best options you can get in 2024. So that's it for the video guys, thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.